So to begin with our waffle stitch, we're going to chain exactly 28 because we're going to have a total of 26 stitches. Alright, so start by making our slip knot. Too many magic circle I have made on my previous videos, and that could be the reason I have forgotten how to make a slip knot. So just take your strand of crochet, take your strand of yarn, wrap it around your finger, make sure the tail is behind your fingers, and then take two of these strand, the tail and the continuing yarn, and twist it like that. Take the continuing yarn above, keep it on the other side, making another wrap around your fingers, and then just take that first loop out of the second loop that we just created and take it all the way downwards, and then just tighten. Take that loop to your hook and now tighten it like that. There you go. Now we are going to chain 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm just pausing here my chaining. I wanted to say that whenever you are chaining, make sure that the chains are tight, not too loose, so that it's easier for you to work on your base. So make sure your chains are not too loose. Okay, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Alright, now what we'll do is we will skip two of those chains from behind your chains that you just created, two of those, and then you take your crochet hook, wrap your continuing yarn, and go inside that third chain, like that. So we will make double crochet according to US terminology, UK terminology, treble crochet. So we'll make double crochet inside all those chain all the way until we reach here. So keep making your double crochet, or also known as treble crochet for some people. So generally I follow the UK terminology, US terminology only. I don't follow the UK terminology because it's a little complicated. So like that, keep making your double crochet. Make sure it's not too tight, not too loose. That's my kitty. Video is there in the description, or you can just go to my videos and check out, it's there. So keep making your treble crochet or double crochet. If you want, you can also work on that loop, or you can work behind, totally up to you. But if you want a more finishing look, I would advise you to work on those behind loops of your chain. And then when we are done with our row of double crochet, so 26 double crochet, take a pause and make sure to count and check if it's 26 or not, because we will be needing 26 double crochet. So I checked, it's 26 double crochet. So in your last chain after making your double crochet, what you will do is you'll chain one, you'll turn your work. So where you just chained one, you'll yarn over, and right there inside your that first gap after your chaining, we will make our double crochet, first double crochet. So it's like a foundation, like that. There you go. So if you want, you can also make a treble crochet to give it a more finishing look. So treble crochet according to US terminology, not UK terminology, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do a treble crochet. To make a treble crochet, you yarn over twice, go inside that first gap, and then obviously yarn over thrice. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, then yarn over thrice, like that. There you go. That's your foundation. And then yarn over in our next this chain. What we're going to do is we're yarning over. We will not make a normal double crochet. Inside we'll work as front post. So what we do is take your hook, go all the way like that behind your chain, and then go all the way towards the front. So go back and then forth. Make sure that chain is in front of your hook, and then we will obviously yarn over, pull a loop like that. You'll have 3 loops on the hook, then pull 2, pull 2. That is our first front post. Okay, so for our next 2 stitches we'll make a normal double crochet like that. So this is our, the last row was a foundation chain, and this is where we are working now, our first row. So 1 front post and then 2 normal double crochet, and then yarn over again. In this chain we are going to make front post, so it's like 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet, like that. So like that, there you go. And the next 2 normal double crochet. So I'm going to show you again how we are going inside that chain. If it's a little bit complicated, you can also choose to a little bit slower playback mode. So yarn over, obviously should have 1 existing loop, and yarn over, go behind your chain, and then come all the way towards front. Make sure the chain is front of your hook, and then obviously take out a loop and then pull through 2 like that, and then pull through 2, like a double crochet but a front post double crochet. So next we will make 2 normal double crochet, and then going back and forth like that, and making our front post double crochet. So as you can see, the stitches, some of the stitches are in front and 2 of the stitches are in back. So that'll be our work for the next row. I'll show you what trick we are going to apply. So for this row, remember we are making 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet. Just keep working like that. Go behind, come towards the front, just like that. So So I'm going to show you what we are going to do in our last 2 stitches. Till then I am going a little bit faster, and I do not want to make this video long. So we have reached our last 2 stitches. For our last 2 stitches, what we are going to do is we are yarning over, and in that you can see there are 2 stitches. Do not confuse yourself with that last base. In that we are going to obviously work our front post, because here we have worked on normal 2 double crochet for last, so we have left with 2 stitches. So obviously make your normal make your front post, and then we will finish off our row with the normal double crochet. So where we will do our double crochet, obviously you see that gap right there. Make sure to go inside that gap, but make sure to take 2 loops together like that, so that that last double crochet is clear and gives a proper finishing look like that. And obviously when you're done with your row, you chain 1. So we have 1 double crochet equally on both of our sides to give that finishing look. We have 1 here as well, but that kind of looks like a together, like because we chained 1 here, that could be the reason. And here it moreover looks like a normal double crochet. So obviously chain 1, we chained 1, turn our work and work inside that very same gap. So for our next row, what we'll do is we'll start with a normal double crochet, obviously that, and then you can see the last row where we did our front post, it seems like that stitch looks like it's behind, and our normal double crochet looks like it's in the front. So obviously we are going to do a normal double crochet, the stitch that is backwards, and the stitch that are in the front, we are going to do our front post there. So for the last row we did 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet. For this row we are doing 1 normal double crochet and 2 front post. Tricky, so make sure go all the way behind, come towards the front, and then do your front post like that. So there we have our 2 front post. Obviously the stitch was coming on the front, so that is the reason we did a front post. If we did a normal double crochet, then the stitch would have went backwards, so makes a lot of sense. You can see we are maintaining that proper equal sides plane, you can see. And then that 1 front post we did in the last row, it's backwards, so obviously we'll make our normal single double crochet, and then these 2 stitches are in the front. We'll work a front post there. So for our front post we go all the way back and forth, and then making our double crochet there. So yarn over, go behind, come forth, the stitch should be in the front of your hook, then make your double crochet. So we're going to work all the way till here until I reach here, and I'll show you what to do. So after working all the way here, 1 normal double crochet and 2 front post double crochet. In our last 2 stitches, what we're going to do is, obviously we worked on our 2 front post last 2 stitches, and then for the last 2 stitches we are going to do a normal crochet because the stitch is backwards. So normal double crochet, and in that join you can see it's like a 2 double crochet together because I chained one. So we're chaining one in every single row. That could be the reason. So I would like to go all the way in that whole stitch and make our foundation chain like that, a double crochet, then chain one. For our next row, you see the stitches, so obviously we are going to work in that very same gap. We will start with our normal double crochet, the last, that maintaining that 9, and then you can see this chain is in front, so obviously we're going to do a front post because the stitch is in front. So we'll go all the way back and forth, obviously make our front post, and these 2 stitches are backwards like that. You can see the stitches are in front and the chains, the double crochets are backwards, so obviously we'll make our normal 2 double crochet. So every row, after every row, it's changing. It's like, you can see that waffle shaped as of now. It's like first row, in row 1 we made a foundation chains, double crochets, and then in row 2 we made our 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet, and then row 3 we made 1 normal double crochet and 2 front post, and for this row we are making 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet. So it's changing because the stitches are coming back and forth. So just, I would advise you, instead of following that back and forth trick, I would advise you just rather look at those stitches. Wherever the stitches are going backwards, like there, you make your normal single crochet, and the stitches going front, you make your front post. Like the stitches which are popping out, you make your front post there. So just like that. So we're making our 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet. Let me take out some yarn like that, and going back and forth inside that front post. So as of now, you're familiar what we are going to do in our last 2 stitches. We are obviously going to follow the stitch, looking at the stitch if it's popping out or if it's behind. Based on that, we are going to make our stitch. So keep working near this row until you have reached all the way towards your end of the row. Now for last 2 stitches, I'll show you what to do in case you're stuck. You never know, you might do a mistake. So remember, for our row, we did 2. Okay, this is row 3, or you can call it 4 if you're not counting the foundation chain. So we are doing 1 front post and 2 normal double crochet. The normal double crochet we are doing where the stitches are behind. So just like that, keep working on your front. See, take the way behind, come forth. So I'm going to show you what to do for our last 2 stitches. This part gets quite complicated at times, so obviously the stitches were behind, so I worked on my 2 normal double crochet, and you can see this stitch is popping out, so obviously we're gonna make a front post on that stitch, and then we will just yarn over and make a normal double crochet all the way, go inside. I mean, if it's a join, then just go inside that loop and just make your single crochet. chain 1, and then we'll make 2 more rows. You can see the waffles are forming. You can see those boxes. It's quite visible. Let me focus. You can see those waffle. Okay, that's the wrong side. This is the side. You can see those waffle forming. Maybe zoom. Yep, you can see those waffles forming like that. You can see those little boxes or 3D formation. So make 2 more rows until you reach a certain height, and then we'll come back. So after finishing your waffle stitch, this is somewhat it should look like. As you can see, after reaching a certain height, the waffle stitch is clearly visible, all the rows. This is the back side, this is the back side, this is the front side. So I might use this as my like a mini tablecloth or a dishcloth, anything. I mean, it is totally up to you. Look at that beautiful pattern. It's so pretty, that waffleish pattern. So I would recommend you to use a bigger version of hook for your waffle project, because when you use a bigger hook, let's say a 5-point-millimeter hook, then your waffle stitch is going to be much more detailed and much more proper. Or else if you use a smaller version of hook, then no worries, but your waffle stitch is not going to be very, like, waffly like it's here. It's so like pointing out, you can see, because the bigger version of hook makes the stitch chunky itself. So I would tell you to use a little bit bigger hook. So I do not have my waffle stitch in smaller version of hook, but if you use a smaller version of hook, your sizes of waffles is going to be small and it might tighten up. Alright, so please comment down in my channel how you found the stitches, if you liked it or not. And yeah, bye bye, take care. I'll come up with more projects and stitches. Till then, keep watching my channel. Please subscribe in case you haven't, and let me know if you were stuck somewhere. I'll definitely reach out to you and help you out.